Good evening, I'm Jeff Glore, and we're going to begin tonight with sharp words and warnings ahead of the midterm elections. Today, the White House lined up the president's national security team to say the threat is real and to assure America they're on the case. Major Garrett has more on this and also a late development about a security breach at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow.
We continue to see a pervasive messaging campaign by Russia to try to weaken and divide the United States.
Dan Coates, the director of national intelligence, and other top intelligence officials said emphatically what President Trump has reluctantly acknowledged. Russia used and continues to use cyber weapons to attack American politics.
We acknowledge the threat. It is real. It is continuing, and we're doing everything we can to have a legitimate election that the American people can have trust in.
FBI Director Chris Wray summarized the Kremlin-backed methods.
Cyber attacks against voting infrastructure, along with computer intrusions targeting elected officials and others, and a whole slew of other kinds of influence, like both overtly and covertly manipulating news stories, spreading disinformation, leveraging economic resources, and escalating divisive issues.
Last month at the Helsinki summit, the president gave as much weight to Russian President Vladimir Putin's denials as he did the U.S. intelligence assessments about election meddling.
So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
Today's White House show of force on cyber defenses was the first of its kind for the Trump administration. It came amid intensifying anticipation of a report from special counsel Robert Mueller on Russian interference in the 2016 election.
And the nation's elections are more resilient today because of the work we are all doing. But we must continue to ensure that our democracy is protected.
The administration argues on this matter it has taken action, expelling Russian diplomats, closing diplomatic posts, maintaining Obama-era sanctions, and conducting tabletop exercises involving all relevant agencies to prepare for and possibly deflect future Russian attacks. Jeff?
Major, about this breaking news, though, the security breach at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, what are we hearing about that?
It's a big and complex story, Jeff, but here's what we developed. A person who worked for the Secret Service within the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, she was an administrative assistant, had access to sensitive data, schedules, internal communications. She met frequently with representatives, spies within the FSB. That's Russia's top spy agency. She was dismissed last year after this was notified to the State Department in January of 2017. It is unclear if congressional committees have been notified.
Wow, interesting story. All right, Major Garrett, thank you very much.